Colby, man, I think the general takeaway from that fight is people may not like you very much, but I think they have to respect the talent and everything that you showed in there tonight. How did you feel about your performance?
I feel good for taking the whole camp off. I had some adversity I had to face with a cut earlier in the training camp, so I didn't get to do any sparring, any live wrestling, anything. It was just running all camp and showing up on 4 weeks' notice. So imagine if I could do this to Robbie Lawler, one of the greats of all time, defended the belt 4 times, fight of the years, fight of the evers. So that's what I just did to him. No one's dominated him like that. So I know a lot of nerds around the world are probably spewing tears. So I brought the nerd tears bottle again.
You threw the most strikes ever in a UFC fight tonight, 533, landed 100 something. That cardio and pressure just seems to be a real problem for a lot of these guys. Why is that such a key attribute in your game?
I've always known since I was a little kid that I just have an extra lung, and my will is unbeatable. There's not a man alive that can keep up with that cardio. I build that cardio in the bedroom, and I keep it here in the UFC octagon. So, it was amazing to have the first family front row. They gave me extra motivation, being able to talk to Don Jr., talk to Eric Trump, talk to Kimberly Guilfoyle backstage before I went out. It just gave me that extra push to really go 5 hard rounds and be ready for anything Robbie Lawler threw at me.
Sounds like you got a phone call from Donald Trump after. Can you share some insight on what was said?
Man, Donald Trump, Mr. President, he tweeted out support for me before the fight, and then after the fight he gave me a call. He just said he appreciates everything I've done. He wants me to come back to the White House and shake his hand again and hang out with him in the Oval Office, and he just appreciated how much I do and the hardworking American. I haven't been given anything. I've had to work and earn everything I have, and I fight for everything. So he appreciated that, and we just talked about this was a landslide, just like it's going to be a landslide in 2020 with the election.
And you were up on the desk with Kamaru, security everywhere holding you guys back. Can you just reflect on that exchange and everything that was said up there with him?
Yeah, security held Marty Fake Newsman back, so it looks like he's probably going to be out another year with the injury. So, he's faking injuries, faking narratives. He don't want to fight me, so he saw what I did to a man tonight, Robbie Lawler. Kamaru Usman is nothing but a bitch.
Robbie did a good job, at least early on, getting back up from a lot of those takedowns. At least the first 6, he seemed like he was right back on his feet. Were you surprised at his ability to power back up?
No, not at all. He's got the highest takedown defense accuracy in the sport. That's just to pressure guys, let them know I can take them down and let them right up, but I'm going to be right back in your face. You didn't see me take one step backward tonight, and that's the biggest power puncher in our division. So you can imagine what I'm going to do when I have to fight Marty Fake Newsman, a guy who's got pillow fists for hands.
I know it's once bitten, twice shy, but are you confident that's what's coming next?
Yeah, it's the only fight to make. I mean, if they make any other fight, it's just a mockery to the sport. It's a mockery to the rankings. If you hate Tom Brady, it doesn't matter. If they win the AFC Championship, they're going to the Super Bowl. So I have one half of the belt. We need to unify this belt. And whether it be in New York, where Mr. President can come right down the road and see it with the first family again, or be in Vegas end of the year, these titles need to get unified. And he's got nowhere to run. He's got nowhere to hide. None of that bullshit in a wheelchair, and then the next day he's jumping guardrails at the Palms trying to get in my face. So he can't fake injuries any longer.
How would you see yourself beating him?
Walking him right down. He'll be a first-round knockout, Robbie's the most durable guy in our division, so, that's a real man that I fought tonight, and one of the greatest fighters of all time, but he ran into the best welterweight of all time tonight.
You made an interesting choice in the walkout music tonight, Kurt Angle's theme song.
Yeah.
Why that? Were you just playing off the consensus people?
Nah. My good buddy Bobby Lashley, I would never walk out to Kurt Angle's music unless he gave me his blessing, and that's exactly what happened. My good buddy Bobby Lashley went to Kurt Angle and said, hey, can Colby use your walkout music for his fight? And he gave me his blessing, and he said, yeah, I would be honored if Colby would use my walkout music. So that's the only reason I use the music. I would never use it and step on Kurt Angle's toes if he didn't give me that blessing. So thank you to Kurt Angle, thank you to Bobby Lashley, and everybody over at the WWE.
Is that a one-off, or are we going to hear it back?
No, that's probably going to be my walkout song going forward. That's America. That's what the fans want. They were entertained tonight. They love it. They were cheering on. I've never heard Narita that loud, singing, you suck, you suck. So, I walk the walk, and I talk the talk, and I walk the walk.
You get heat for a lot of the stuff you say, but in particular that comment you dropped about Matt Hughes in the post-fight interview. Any regrets about going that far, or not really?
Not at all. What did I say something that was offensive? The guy's done some pretty crappy stuff. He's got lawsuits against his family, against his brother. So I just said the truth. I'm honest. People, I'm a little bit brutally honest sometimes, and people can't handle this. If people are worried about words, but we go into an octagon to kill each other, don't be so sensitive, snowflakes.
And your old buddy John Jones said that Robbie Lawler let everyone down tonight. What do you think about that?
I think that's hilarious. Johnny Jones lets the whole world down. He's a continuous screw up. I've always tried to be a lending hand for him. I'm trying to help him out. I want him to learn from his mistakes. He keeps screwing up. So, I want to thank the troops. I want to thank the USS New York who let me on their ship to stay a night. Come here for Fleet Week last time I was here, hang out with the Marines. I've been to Fort Eustis, Langley. I've been to a lot of Army bases. I had an airborne ranger in my corner tonight, Stephen Hodson. So I got to give a lot of love to him. I appreciate the military. I wouldn't be here without them and what they do. The military runs in my blood because my grandfather was in the Korean and Vietnam War. So, I got so much love for every serviceman and woman, and I appreciate you guys putting your lives on the line so I can have the freedoms and opportunities I do to chase my dreams in the UFC.
You seem to mention this camp wasn't maybe the most ideal for you. So coming off, a 25-minute fight, is MSG in November the ideal date for you, or do you think December would be better?
We got to get back to camp next week and see how I'm feeling, and see how this cut. I might have to get this cut reopened and get a plastic surgeon to stitch the muscle to the skin. So they did a shitty job when they stitched it up. I took a headbutt in training 3 weeks out, and I took this fight on 4.5 weeks' notice against the guy Robbie Lawler that terrified Tyrone Woodley, that terrified Ben Askren, that didn't want to fight him, and he's already in shape, getting ready for a 5-round fight. And you saw what I did to him tonight. I completely dominated him with no training, no wrestling, no sparring, and that's how you get your most cardio. So I was just relying on my cardio in the bedroom, and you saw what I did tonight, man. There's not a man alive, and especially Marty Fake Newsman. He's getting ran over, and he's going to get melted.
Are things cool with you and Robbie now?
Yeah, things have always been cool. It's just business, It's nothing personal, man. If you got feelings, I said it all week. He is a UFC champion, but by UFC I mean Ultimate Feelings champion. So if he has a problem with me, I said come settle on the cage, and we saw how that worked out for him.
Did you guys speak after the fight?
Yeah, we exchanged a couple words. We're cool.
What'd you say to him?
I just said thanks for the war, man. He's a fucking legend in the sport, but. No hard feelings, it's just business, and I got to do what I got to do, and he's got to do what he's got to do.
And at this point, you're for sure getting the next title shot. What else can you possibly do, right, to solidify that?
Yeah, what else could I do, man? I'm the first fighter in the history of the sport to go to the White House and hang out in the Oval Office. That was history made a year ago. I made history again tonight. I'm the first fighter to ever bring the first family front row. So what else I got to do? It was complete domination. No one's ever dominated Robbie Lawler like that in his whole career. So if that doesn't earn a title shot, I don't know what does.
Were you nervous entering the fight? Because as you said, you didn't have the best training camp. You had an injury. You also had the Trump family there sitting cage side. It was a big moment, right? A lot at stake, and you weren't in the best conditions.
Yeah, it was a lot of pressure on me. The first family was in attendance. Donald Trump, the president of the United States, tweeted me before the fight, and the way the world was on me tonight. I had to carry this card. I'm the one that was in Manhattan all week selling the fight, doing 12 hours of media straight on Tuesday, and then doing 6 hours on Wednesday, and then another 4 hours straight on phone interviews on Thursday. So this was all on my back and all the pressure of the world, and you saw how I performed tonight, and that's with no training. So just wait till I get a full training camp. I'm fully healthy, and it's going to be a whole new Colby Covington. It's going to be Colby Chaos Covington 2.0.
How do you beat Usman?
Walk him down, man. He's got no power, man. He's never knocked anybody out. He's not a good wrestler. He's a D2 scrub. He can't strike with me. He can't keep up the pace with me. I'll get right in his face. I don't take steps backward in fights. And Robbie Lawler is the best striker in the division by far, and you saw how I strike to get him. So I just proved tonight I'm the best striker. I'm the most well-rounded fighter in the game, and nobody's stopping me. You better put your money with me because that's safe money.
Yeah, I was going to ask, what kind of, I'm sure you thought it, but kind of proving to the world that standing with Robbie for as much of that fight as you did, what kind of message does that send to everyone else?
That I'm not just a wrestler. Everybody wanted to say all week, oh, he's just a wrestler. He can only win this fight if he takes him down, blah, blah, blah. Look how I just pieced him up. It wasn't even competitive on the feet. Jabbed him up, too. Rocked him 2 or 3 times. I could see him going like this, but he's so durable and he's such a tough guy. He hangs in there and he stays tough. So that sends a message to everybody that I can take the fight anywhere. If I'm fighting the strikers, I'll take you down and submit you. If I'm fighting the wrestlers, I'm going to knock you out. So no one's going to stop me. And I know you picked against me tonight, Mike, so you made a bad pick.
Colby, walk us through this outfit you got going on, and in particular those shoes.
Yeah, this is gold, baby. This is what the top of the world looks like, baby. This is a $15,000 suit from my boy Satori Girardi. So I got to give a lot of love to my boy Luigi out of Miami. He hooked me up, man. He's keeping me fresh. He got these nice little Italian suits. So you're looking at greatness, ladies and gentlemen. And of course I got my Secret Service pen right there. So last time I was at the White House, the Secret Service hooked me up.
With Dahl Jr. and Eric Stadium.
Oh, man, they were just like, man, you're a winner, man. I love it. And they were so fired up, man. they were just so excited for me. You might see me speaking at the RNC next year. You never know.
You clearly value the military. You brought them up a lot. You're a fighter yourself, obviously. I mean, we're in war. You have to ask. The Trump family, none of them have ever served. Donald Trump actually avoided the military. How does that go down with you, and how do you feel about that?
I feel that they're doing great things for our country. Look at our economy. It's the best it's ever been. Look at unemployment. It's lower than it's ever been since, the 50s or 60s. So I appreciate what the Trumps do for America, what they continue to do. They put America first before their own priorities, before their family. They didn't have to run for the election. They already have enough money to be set forever. So the fact that what they're doing for America and they're trying to make America better, just like I kept America and the UFC great tonight, they're going to keep keeping America great.
Just about the military specifically, right now they're talking about taking military funds away to build the border walls, and I know the military is important to you, so I'm just wondering how those two worlds, they seem they would collide.
I got nothing but support for the military. I'm not going to get deep into the politics with you here today because we could go fact for fact all day. I got an airborne unit ranger with me right now. He's put his life on the line. He's went to Afghanistan. He's went to Iraq. He knows what it's like to get in the trenches. I'm not gonna debate with you politics because it's not gonna end well for you.
We all value the military. I'm just curious.
Yeah, I love the military, man. My grandfather served in the Korean Vietnam War. That's all I got to say. We're not going to get into a debate here. This is my post-fight show. I'm a winner. What have you ever won in life?
It's not a debate. You brought them up several times. I'm just curious how those two worlds mix.
Yeah, you're making facts up, man. Don't get the facts. Truth is a force of nature. Next question.
How do you celebrate tonight? What are you going to do tonight?
I'm gonna go to Manhattan and celebrate, with all my friends, all my family, and we're gonna live it up. We're gonna do big things. So, get a little early taste. Go look at the Garden tonight and get a feel for that, and feel the energy in Manhattan and Times Square, and then it's back to business next week. Get back to American Top Team. Talk to my agent Dan Lambert, and we'll go to the table and see what's next, and when we're gonna get back in there to retire Marty Fake Newsman.
Well, you've got a bit of a flair for theatrics entertainment. You like to entertain, obviously. You did the Kurt Angle music tonight. Down the road, when your fighting career is done, is pro wrestling something you would actually go into?
Absolutely. That's what I'm looking to go. I'm looking to be the first two-sport world champion in the history. To be a WWE champion and a UFC champion would be a dream come true. And I did my little stint with Impact on TNT, so I'm familiar with the ropes of pro wrestling, and it would be a dream come true to go to WWE and link back up with my teammate Bobby Lashley. He's over there killing it. He's probably going to go stranglehold Brock Lesnar soon. So hopefully I can get over there, do a little tag team with him, and we can get some good angles going. Vince McMahon, give me a call. You know where I'm at.
Is this the biggest moment of your career, or would you say maybe winning the interim belt is up there as well?
Yeah, this is a big moment. I wouldn't say it's the biggest. Winning this belt and going over to go put it on the president's desk was an unbelievable moment in my career. So this is just adding to my legacy and my storied history, and people are going to remember me long after I'm gone off this earth.
Colby, you have an antagonistic relationship with, I think, the fan base of MMA and with the MMA media at times. Does that get exhausting for you?
Nah, I enjoy it. I play into it. These people pay their hard-earned money to come here, so we might as well give them a reaction. One way or another, they're enjoying it. If they're hating, they're still enjoying it. They're coming here to vent and get their frustrations out about their shitty jobs. But these are also the same people that cheat on their taxes, cheat on their wives. So why would I care what their opinions are?
Is it kind of a Bane situation here? The Batman movie, no one cared who I was until I put on the mask. Is that you with this persona?
A little bit, but it's just me being me. If I'm being authentic, I'm being real, and I'm being honest. If people are mad about my words, then you shouldn't come over to the sport. This is what the sports is built on, and that's what's going to be continued to be built on. Is selling fights, promoting fights, and making it fun for the fans, not just at the fight, but year round. On social media, they get into that stuff. Whether they hate you or love you, you don't want them in the middle. I don't want the fans turning the channel to Real Housewives of OC. I want them tuning in to me, and they don't ever turn the channel when I'm on the marquee.
Final question.
Your personality is really bold and that like a 10. Even right now in this press conference, even in the cage. When you're in your more private moments, maybe when you're at home, are you always like that? Are you at a 10, or do you ever dial it back? Are you ever just kind of chilling, Colby?
This is just who I am. I don't care what people think of me. I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to make money. So if people have a problem with me, they can settle with me in the cage, but that's not going to end well for them. As you can see, I'm the best welterweight, and I'm the best fighter on the planet right now.
Thank you.
Thanks, Colby.
Thanks, guys.